Convocation is now in session. As Chancellor, it is my pleasure to welcome you to our 310th Convocation. Before we proceed with the ceremony, I would like to call upon Professor Margaret McGlynn to present Western University's land acknowledgement.
Congratulations to all our graduating students, and a warm Western welcome to all the families and friends celebrating with us today. I'd like to take a moment to acknowledge that our beautiful Western campus is situated on the traditional territories of the Anishinaabe, Haudenosaunee, Lenape, and Attawandaron peoples, who have long-standing relationships to the land and region of southwestern Ontario and the City of London. The local First Nation communities of this area include Chippewa of the Thames First Nation, Oneida Nation of the Thames, and Munsee Delaware Nation. In the region, there are 11 First Nation communities and a growing Indigenous urban population. Western values the significant historical and contemporary contributions of local and regional First Nations and all of the original peoples of Turtle Island, also known as North America. Miigwech, thank you.
To all our graduates, first let me say congratulations. You've worked hard to achieve this. Graduation represents a major milestone in your lives. At Convocation, we assemble as a university community to celebrate and recognize your achievements at Western and to wish you every success for the future. Your learning days are far from over. Learning is a lifelong process. Western has not provided you with answers to all questions. At most, we hope that what stays with you is a way of thinking objectively, approaching problems with an open mind, and a healthy respect for new ideas, all tempered with compassion and empathy for the human condition. You are forever a cherished member of this great university, founded more than a century ago. We welcome you into the Western family. Again, congratulations to every one of you. Today, we also confer an honorary degree upon Emmanuelle Charpentier for accomplishments as a world-leading expert in regulatory mechanisms underlying processes of infection and immunity in bacterial pathogens. We look forward to celebrating her groundbreaking work as the co-inventor of the gene editing technology known as CRISPR-Cas9. To present our distinguished candidate, I now call upon Dr. Julie McMullen, Vice Provost International.
Emmanuelle Charpentier. Emmanuelle Charpentier studied biochemistry, microbiology, and genetics in Paris at the Pierre and Marie Curie University and at the Institut Pasteur before taking on postdoctoral research fellowships and research scientist positions at several prestigious institutions in the United States, including New York University Medical Center. After holding positions in Vienna and Sweden, she was most recently appointed to the coveted position as director of the Max Planck Institute for Infection Biology in Berlin. Very rarely do we have the opportunity to say that we are standing in the presence of greatness. Greatness in the extraordinary, wonderful, awe-stricken sense of the word. Yet here we are today in that presence, bestowing on Professor Charpentier Western's highest award. Why? Because Professor Charpentier is the co-inventor of the CRISPR-Cas9 technology, a DNA editing tool that has transformational potential in modern medicine, biology, agriculture, and microbiology. CRISPR stands for clustered, regularly interspaced, short palindromic repeats, right? And Cas9 is a CRISPR-associated protein that when combined with ribonucleic acid, or RNA, in very precise ways, allows for relatively simple and inexpensive gene editing. With this technology, DNA can be sliced and modified by changing or adding to the DNA makeup of a cell. CRISPR-Cas9 technology has the potential to repair or correct mutations that cause disease and can also be used in biological and biotechnological applications. Just think about having an inexpensive, precise tool that can repair the genetic mutations that cause disease. This is revolutionary. Before Professor Charpentier's 2012 article on CRISPR-Cas9 appeared in the highly esteemed academic journal Science, CRISPR was not getting much attention in the academic literature. And now, only 5 years later, that one article alone has been cited almost 4,000 times. Since 2014, Professor Charpentier has won over 30 prestigious prizes, accolades, and academic awards for her work. These include the highly regarded Japan Prize, the Canadian Gardner International Award, and the BBVA Foundation Frontiers of Knowledge Award, all of which are viewed as precursors to winning the Nobel Prize. Beyond the Academy, in 2015, Professor Charpentier was named one of Time magazine's 100 most influential people of the year. In the midst of this long list of prestigious awards, one that may be easily overlooked is the Umeå University EC Jubilee Award. Umeå University is one of our partner universities, and I had the privilege of attending its Jubilee ceremony on behalf of Western. It was at this ceremony that I first met Emmanuelle and knew then that I was in the presence of greatness. And while this prize may not stand out, the celebration of the award does. For it was at this unforgettable ceremony that in Swedish tradition, we stood on our chairs in our fancy dresses after dinner and sang Itsy Bitsy Spider in Swedish with the King of Sweden. Although there will be no singing while standing on chairs at today's celebration, we at Western University are grateful to Professor Charpentier for accepting our highest award and are humbled to see it alongside her extensive list of honors. Mr. Chancellor, on behalf of the Vice Chancellor and in the name of Senate, I ask you to confer the degree of Doctor of Science, honoris causa, upon Emmanuelle Charpentier.
By virtue of the authority vested in me as Chancellor, I admit you to the degree of Doctor of Science, honoris causa. Congratulations, Dr. Charpentier. Congratulations. Greatness. Yeah, right. Do I have our picture taken? On behalf of all assembled here today, I should now like to invite our newest alumna, Dr. Emmanuelle Charpentier, to address Convocation.
Distinguished Chancellor, distinguished Vice Chancellor and President, dear distinguished professors, colleagues, students, graduates and parents, dear ladies and gentlemen. First, congratulations to all of you. And I would like to say that this is the greatest privilege and honor for me to receive a Doctor Honoris Causa degree from Western University and to celebrate this great moment with you. I am very grateful to Dr. Julie McMullen and my colleagues for this distinction that is associated mainly with my work on the transformative CRISPR-Cas9 genome engineering technology. I was asked to speak about innovation and the critical aspects of risk-taking in this context. I will take the opportunity to say a few words about international mobility, since it has been a crucial aspect of my career and has certainly impacted the way I have conducted my research over the years. Having said this, mobility is an integrative part of the career of modern scientists. Adaptation to diverse environments, starting and developing new projects, involve a high degree of risk-taking, but are essential to promote innovation. I think it is important to consider what mobility is exactly and why every academic who has been mobile considers it one of the most important aspects of the career. Literally, mobility is the ability to be moved. It is about potential, but there are clearly different kinds of mobility. After all, there is nothing noble about the mobility of an iPhone because it is passive. This implies that there is something about the challenge of being mobile that makes it meaningful. A friend of mine was discussing a recent issue of the literary magazine Granta. It was entitled Departures and touched on this topic. The specific question they asked in this issue was whether travel writing is dead, considering the modern passiveness of travel blogs and the ease of global travel. The same question is asked about nearly every other human endeavor, where it is perceived to have become too easy or accessible. The advent of digital photography is another example. Does it become worthless or obsolete when the hurdles are lowered? Does the democratization of mobility mean that it has lost its worth for academics? I would argue that it has not. There are challenges that one faces that make international mobility a valuable experience. It forces you to self-reflect and teaches you to be open-minded and persistent. Mobility for me has been a process of refinement. I left France and went to the US. I lost a part of myself, but I gained something new. I left the US and moved to Vienna. I kept the best of the US and left the rest. It is important, but not always easy, to find the right balance, staying true to oneself and avoiding complete assimilation, but respecting and integrating into the local environment while building on and being receptive to new ideas. A few iterations of this cycle, 5 in my case, and one is left with the core of essence of self that is imbued with one's experiences. This helped me to realize what my core values are as a person and as a scientist. Having said this, I think all of us here today appreciate that the value of mobility goes beyond the benefits to the individual. Scientific research all over the world, including our research that led to the development of the CRISPR-Cas9 genome engineering technology, benefits immensely from international exchange, whether that takes the form of young sojourning scientists or of international collaboration. These exchanges bring fresh ideas, new perspectives, and different ways of approaching problems, which are all catalysts for the innovation that helps us meet global challenges, such as climate change, cancer, and infectious diseases. Perhaps more subtly, these interactions show us that even with our different cultures, ethnicities, and nationalities, the reasons for us to work together far outweigh those that might drive us apart. And in these uncertain post-truth times, where the core values of science are threatened, I think it is crucial that all countries keep an open door to international scientists, especially those coming from circumstances that necessitate mobility. In closing, as you embark on your lives, consider mobility as an opportunity to explore new domains and challenge yourself. Not only it will benefit you, but it will be of benefit to the world. Thank you.
Professeur Charpentier, je voudrais vous remercier pour votre discours inspirant. Je voudrais également vous souhaiter la bienvenue en tant que diplôme honorifique de notre université. Thank you very much, Professor Charpentier, for your inspiring address. You truly inspire all of us. I'm pretty sure you have inspired all of our graduates. As an internationally renowned geneticist, microbiologist, and biochemist, your work has transformed the way we think about the manipulation of genetic material. People worldwide will benefit from your cutting-edge research, and perhaps one day, many diseases will be cured as a result. And we at Western certainly resonate very positively with your discourse on international mobility. Distinguished guests, our graduates, please join me in congratulating Western's newest Honorary Doctor of Science, Dr. Emmanuelle Charpentier. Graduates, this is your moment. Let me digress a little bit. Not all graduating classes have the privilege of graduating alongside a Nobel laureate. Please cherish the day. Will the candidates for degrees, diplomas, and certificates please now rise? Stand up, please. Mr. Chancellor, I'm very much honored to present to you the candidates who have successfully completed their academic programs at Western. I ask you to admit them to the degrees, diplomas, and certificates for which they have been recommended by the Senate of our university.
Under the authority vested in me by the Senate, you will be admitted to the degrees, diplomas, and certificates as shall be announced by the public orators.
Thank you, Mr. Chancellor. Will the candidates please be seated now? Mr. Chancellor, graduating students, colleagues, and distinguished guests, Convocation is the single most important time of celebration in the life of the university. Today, we honor those graduating students who, through determination, hard work, and intelligence, have met the demanding standards of a Western degree. Today is also a proud day for all of us associated with Western, including our Board of Governors and Senate, our faculty, our staff, and our friends in the community. It is wonderful to see so many members of our community of learning who have taken the time to be with us today to celebrate this important day in the lives of our graduates and the life of the university. Today, those of you crossing the platform join a special group known as Western Alumni that numbers more than 290,000 alumni living in over 150 different countries around the world. Mr. Mark Brown is here representing our Alumni Association, and I'll ask him to please stand and be recognized. Western's Board of Governors is charged with responsibility for the overall governance of this institution. Today we have with us Mr. Kit Gibbons, representing our Board of Governors, and I'd ask him to please stand and be recognized. I'd also like to acknowledge and thank the parents, spouses, partners, children, and relatives of our graduates who are with us today. This celebration would not have been possible without your loving support. I ask that our graduating class rise once again, turn around, face your family and friends, and give them a warm round of applause for supporting your journey. Now let me congratulate once again the remarkable graduates who graduate today with Western degrees. Today you become partners in the outstanding academic achievements of the University of Western Ontario. My warmest wishes to each and every one of you. Now we'll proceed with the granting of the degrees and diplomas. Before we do so, I have two special requests for those of you in the audience. First, as a courtesy to all graduates and their families, please hold your applause and other forms of expression of joy until the public orators signal when applause is appropriate throughout the ceremony. And public orators will be standing to the left-hand side, your right-hand side of the podium, and they will lead us in our celebration. So this will ensure that each graduate's name will be heard. We are very proud of our graduates, and we take special pride in claiming that our convocation event is one of the best in the country. I ask for your cooperation. Second, we know that photographs are important for graduates, their families and friends. As you heard before the ceremony began, we are very pleased to provide each graduate with a photo of this special occasion. We ask that you remain in your seats throughout the ceremony, and of course feel free to take pictures from there. I now call on the public orators to introduce the candidates for degrees.
Mr. Chancellor, the following are candidates from the School of Graduate and Postdoctoral Studies for the degree Doctor of Philosophy: Arun Kumaran Angaraj Vadivel. Giovanni Michele Arpino. Jeff Berger. Matthew Betty. Kaylee Bauer. Carmela Lisa Capelli. Michael Dietrich. Robert Downey. Bahara Faradpour. Greg French. Jeffrey Gaudette. Rachel Gibson. Magdalena Julia Hentel. Hospice Koku Hongbul. William Thomas Hrinvich. Armin Jamshidpay. Jaya Joshi. Kendra Kellogg. Jessica Kishimoto. Svetoslav Kohut. Michael Jeffrey Kraus. Sarah Ann Mason Renton. Alexander Joseph Mozinski. Emily Nichols. Andrew Allen Nicholson. Loretta Norton. James Grant Partridge. Sarah Pierce. Aiden Scheim. Kylie Schrader. Rima Taraf. Y-He-Si. Chad John Ryerson Walker. Jiang Wang. Xiao Wang. Hayden Woodley. Karen Michelle Zhang. Lin Zhu.
Mr. Chancellor, the following are candidates for the degree Master of Arts. Hannah Shams Ahmed, Erica Catherine Block, Zoe Alexandra Campbell DeMarcado, Laurentiu Kochu, Sarah Capusiti, Alicia Mackenzie Corbett, Chantel Costa, Andrea Samantha Dean, Felipe Andres del Campo Donoso, Jessica Del Duca, Jessica Nicole Di Lorenzo, Kiana Drakes. Brian Arthur Endicott, Grace Kimberly Evers, Caroline Golick. Sonia Pailanga Nguyen, Ki Chui, Wei Zhao. Kelly Gostick, Rachel Catherine Inch, Christina Marie Kashuba. Zakira Catrada, André Denis Lachance, Lilia Lockwood. Hannah Elizabeth McGregor, Annie Grace Morris, Mark Arthur Northcott. Erin Louise Orr, Philip Colin Palmer, Desiree Chantal Marie Roscoff. Wasim Shahato, Arthur Percy Sherwood, Heather Robin Tuck. Laura Nicole Wickware. Mr. Chancellor, the following are candidates for the degree Master of Clinical Science. Ariel Colleen Dawn Harriman, Shannon Hubbard, Brittany Lynn Pilon. Stephanie Sharpley. Mr. Chancellor, the following are candidates for the degree Master of Environment and Sustainability. Danielle Marie Agar, Frank Carl Anno, Lyndon Barton. Maria Victoria Bryden, Sofian Al-Samak, Nipa Chakraborty. Dana DiNardo, Connor Donald, Bryden Eby. Aya Ali El-Halabi, Danielle David Ilia, Patrick Femaran. Alice and Diane Halliday, Sophie Merritt, Mary Erin Moberly. Elise Murray, Gabrielle Ann Nichols, Robert John Anthony Pigeon. Emma Grace Pilkington, Nicholas James Retty, Connor Allen Swick. Renee Beverly Ann Terza, Tong De Zhang.
Mr. Chancellor, the following are candidates for the degree of Master of Management of Applied Science. Angelina Zhu, Jesse James Atkinson, Mark David Kumans. Katrina Dolar, Reem El-Badri, Onika Gary. Jonah Gould, Jordana Hairbloom, Nicole Kolopinski. Felicia Erica Krauser, Akichan Kubendran, Shan Lin. Connor Maddock, Vincent Chung, Elizabeth Pham. Dongwook Lee, Michael Manorino, Rose Moss. Christine Park, Rochelle Pereira, Ron Polovitsky. Janelle Pregasam, Ishan Shah, Yu Song. Carolyn Julia Spiegenfeld, Rachel Catherine Van Wiesenbeck, Camille Veloso. Sophia Vu, Mei Wang, Juliana Stefania Visovsky. Yuchen Yang, Spencer Yenlung Young. Mr. Chancellor, the following are candidates for the degree Master of Public Administration. Jason Michael Brander, Joshua Thomas Brick, Daniel Biscow. Catalina Blumenberg, Alexandra Marie Codaspudi, Patrick Dalmada, Mary-Ellen Joan Ducharme, Natalie Gail Early, Alicia Elizabeth Faria, Melanie Ann Figueredo, Shannon Garati, Francis Joea Hina, Michael Allen Pierce, Ethan Vital Robert, Paul Francis Sandor, Robert Thomas Sharon, Michael Zarka, David Vincent Taylor, Yuya Zhang,
Mr. Chancellor, the following are candidates for the degree Master of Public Health: Sharon Amatepa, Nicole Yvonne Atkins, Andrew Butty. Stephanie Castellanos, Larissa Della Rosa Dalmacio, Karen Reyes Delina. Elizabeth Ann Dent, Natalie Martine Dupuy, Melissa Fernandez. Mark Guerra, Jennifer Brianne Graham, Ian Donald Haney. Shuer Hong, Patricia John Pillai, Hoda Abuajela Inaji. Francis A. Kalamba, Atusa Kabiri, Justin Louis. Cheryl Luptak, Jacqueline Cabo Ma, Alicia Radika Manocha. Josiah George Marquis, Nitin Mohan, Kelsey Aaron Morrison. Daniel Esteban Mercia Monroy, Samantha Nasrallah, Kemi Ogunbayodi. Fatima Onozari Olowokeri, Daniel Robinson, Chowdhury Annika Nurseva. Roshni Kaur Sandhu, Devanshi Shah, Prathani Shanmuganathan. Shiza Sheikh, Jenny Shrey Shi, Uratile Sijie. Camila Singh, Amanda Catherine Steger, Tharmitha Suyesh Kumar. Damilola Toki, Kate Anne-Marie Turner, Akshay Varghese. Huan Chi Yang, Grita Yashpal. Mr. Chancellor, the following are candidates for the degree Master of Science: Ahmed Abbas, Ibukan Akinpelu, Shahed Al-Masri. Reem Ansari, Sarah Elizabeth Babcock, Félix Barry Boudreau. Crystal Mayen Beck, Daniel Alexandra Barr, Nabin Nicholas Bissessar. Madeline Isabel Robin Broadbeck, Matthew Floyd David Brown, Trevor Joseph Cecanese. Pranav Vijay Chakravarthi, Fushi Chang, Junher Chang. Lingxi Zhang, Menghuan Zhang, Mikhail Mack. Mazen El Baba, Wan Li Cheng, Yi Cheng. Jeffrey Tin Yu Chow, Alexa Shea Clark, Jessica Deacon. Katerina Helena Doughty, Catherine Michelle Dubrec, Basma El Alul. Terrence Randolph Escaltin, Pavlina Faltinek, Taylor Freeman. Jared Geiger, Nayob G. Jiming Gu. Leonard Michael Gazzetti, Emily D. Harches, Joshua Heatherly. Sarah Angelica Infanti, Davika Pramila Jayawardena, Christina Elizabeth Jobson. Colin Jones, Zainab Gulsum Karamanolu, Michaela Cindy Marie Keller. Zain Kamis, Viraja Chanasekar Katu, Han Na Kim. Michelle Sunmi Kim, Shimun Kuval, Jacqueline Kathleen Cooper. Dimuth Kurakulor Larachi, Patrick Lack, Keegan Murray Lecky.
Wei Jane Virginia Lee, Eric Joseph Lassard, Ong Lee. Han Liu Ching Liu, Keegan Corbett Marr. Jeffrey Martin, Marcello Gabriele Masciantonio, Robert Peter McCann. Julia McMenamin, Annette Megertichian Azad, Yang Miao. Samantha Novoa, Lara Shelley Ursina Middleton, Natalie Montwill. Adam Taylor Newton, Evelyn Ng, Kelly Ann Nisbet. Jessica Padgett, Timothy Alexander Pollock, Scarlett Puebla Barragan. Hal Wren, Brittany Roberts, Ana Cecilia Ruiz Pardo. Catalina Sarmiento, Miwa Xiong, Gregory Gordon Paul Siegel. Clara Alexandra Stafford, Lindsay Kathleen Zota, Megan Elizabeth Tannick. Mary Grace Tejada, Jelena Toma, Chelsea Ugenti. Diego David Uribe Lozano, Lavanya Uruthira Murthy, Rosa Cecilia Vizcarra Torrico. Jun Wang, Junfei Wei, Jessica Weiss. Jessie Lee Wild, Jenfei Wu, Kristen Diana Zater. Ali Zhang, Guqian Zhao, Jia Hao Zhu. Falsi Yassine. Jinhui Zhu, Yidan Zhu, Hannah Ray Zuckerman. Mr. Chancellor, the following is a candidate for the Graduate Diploma in Public Administration. Annalisa Fava Mignardi.
In the name of the Senate, I grant to the Registrar the authority to confer degrees, diplomas, and certificates to those candidates whose names appear in the official program but who are not present today. At this time, I invite Mr. Mark Brown, representing our Alumni Association, to say a few words.
My fellow graduates, it's my great honor on behalf of Western's Alumni Association to congratulate you and welcome you. You've worked hard to complete your studies and examinations, and today you've received your well-earned degrees. Western, our faculties and affiliated university colleges are very proud of our world-class standing, and we know that you share that pride as graduates of our undergraduate and graduate programs. Now, all of you join our growing global community of Western alumni. We are all united by the Western experience, our cherished memories of our times here, particularly of the knowledge and the friendships gained. You'll find your Western experience continues as alumni, and I encourage you to remain purple and proud by participating actively as alumni, cultivating the strength and the global reputation of our alma mater. It is my pleasure to invite you and your guests to attend a reception in your honor to be held in the Great Hall at Somerville House immediately following this convocation, where refreshments will be served. So to you, your friends, your families, enjoy and embrace the tributes that you so richly deserve today. And remember, wherever life takes you, Western will always be home.
Before closing Convocation, I wish to express my appreciation to all who have contributed to the success of the day. In particular, and on your behalf as well, I want to thank the University of Western Ontario Convocation Brass for their magnificent performance and their director, Professor James Mackay. May I request that the audience remain at their seats while the academic procession leaves the hall. Convocation is now adjourned.